Hello, I'm Sergeant Slaughter, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection, UK. Hold on a minute. What the hell have you done to this fella? I've called in the reinforcements. I'm Sergeant Slaughter, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection, UK. What is going on with this fella's head? It's a triple T. I'm Sergeant Slaughter, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection, UK. Seriously, this fella's got no arms. Oi, you bastards, you forgot about me. I'm Mini Sergeant Slaughter, and seriously, what is going on with this fella? Listen up, you filthy maggots. You forgot about me all along. I'm the first appearance Sergeant Slaughter, and this is Jay's Toy Collection, UK, with the Battle of the Sarges 2.0. But seriously, what has Raiden done to this fella? Hey there, I am Jay, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection, UK. Now that intro goes out to #1 fan of the channel, Hillphone, so please do go follow him on Instagram at CoolToysUK. So what I have for you today is an unboxing and potentially a review. So sat behind me is an empty shelf. It's been empty for over 2 years. So let's hope what I think in here is actually in here. So let's start with hashtag flip open the flap and let's see what I can find. So as I said, 2 years I've been waiting for this delivery. And if I am right, this is Super7 GI Joe Wave 1. So let's hope. So this comes from Prop and Replicas here in the UK. Let's have a look. I've got an invoice. It says GI Joe on the invoice, so that is a good start. And there is 4 quite well packed. Oh, the missus loves these.
I don't like those.
Oh, she is behind the camera. So there are the packing penises, as I call them. She'll have to flush those down the sink later. So let's have a look.
Don't make a mess.
It's my toy room, dear. I'll make a mess in here. I'll clean it up. Don't panic. So we've got the GI Joe box there. So they all come in there. That says Duke. So let's have a look at the rest. And then we'll get them open. Cobra Bat, so we've got Duke, we've got a Bat, so we're 2 for 2. Will we go 3 for 3? Cobra Commander, one of my favourites, so we are 3 for 3. And can we go 4 for 4? Snake Eyes indeed. So these are the cartoon figures from Super7. Well, let's get them open. Right then, let's start with Duke here. So Super7 does pack everything in these cardboard boxes, so I'm expecting the traditional slipcase in there in the plastic. So let's get the plastic off. Let's just savage tear on the plastic. Let's get rid of that. We don't want the plastic here. We'll chuck that somewhere. So we do get quite a nice box then. So this is literally my first time seeing these. So we've got, looks like the army sort of mess tin, I think they've gone for with the design on the back there. So they've given it a weathered look. The GI Joe characters here in the green. And I'm going to pull up this. Let's see if a good camera lady can get a nice picture there. Can you see Duke, dear?
Yes.
You can. Do you even know who that is?
I have no idea.
No, so you pretend that could be Duke. That could be anybody.
That's Duke. That's definitely Duke.
I can't see this figure, so let me just have a quick turn around and see myself. I can't go. Oh, bloody hell, that does look good, doesn't it? Oh, so that is Duke. So Duke is off to a good start. We've got the right figure. We'll go both Joes first, shall we? So let's go for Snake Eyes next. Everyone loves Snake Eyes. Now, of course, the animated version of Snake Eyes isn't in the black. He's in more of a purplish deco, so that's what I'm hoping to see. Again, let's go full Hulk on the plastic wrapper. Again, you do get very nice packaging with Super7, so I'm gonna slide this up the shaft and let's have a look. Are you seeing a man that doesn't speak in a purple outfit, dear?
Yeah.
You are, so that's a good start. So hopefully that is Snake Eyes. It is. Oh, and Timber's. I completely forgot Timber was in there. So we've got the Wolf Timber as well in there. So both Joes are here. Let's go on to Cobra then. On to Cobra. So we should have the Cobra Bat here. Potential army builder. But at £55 each here in the UK, I'm not going to be army building these. So you can do the maths of how much these 4 cost. As the missus is on the camera. And I've just said I bought 4 figures at £55. There was a discount for the whole wave though, dear. There was a discount for the whole wave. So here is the Cobra packaging. So like the Joes, you've got the sort of weathered look on it, but you've got the blue camo and the Cobra logo. Anybody know which wrestler has that tattooed on his shoulder? I'll ask Kiara. Who's got that on their shoulder? As I slide up.
I don't know.
Answer in the live chat if you can. Anybody know?
Is it CM Punk? No.
It is CM Punk.
Oh, I got it right! Yes! Come on!
So are you seeing a robot there?
Yes.
You are seeing a robot, excellent. So that is the Cobra Bat. Excellent. Yeah. Oh, and we've got all the sort of broken, damaged effects as well. So that's the Bat going over there. And the final one, then the
I'm still chuffed I got that question right.
the main event of the unboxing is a leader of Cobra himself, Cobra Commander. Hopefully, let's give it full Hulk again. Full Hulk smashes.
They do come in quite nice boxes, actually.
Well, they do.
Are you keeping the boxes?
Yeah, these always go up in the loft. So here we go. Is this Cobra Commander? Do we have a man with a shiny silver helmet?
Yes.
There we go. Cobra Commander. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, looking good. Classic animated Cobra Commander. So, that's the unboxing bit. What I'll do next is I'll kick Cheeky Monkey out. She can go and clean the house that she wants to do, apparently, because I've made her film this. And I will get to the next bit, which is getting these figures fully unboxed. So now they're open, let's start with Duke. So here he is in all his animated glory. So as I've said in the intro, nearly 2 years we've been waiting for Wave 1, but so far in hand, I think it's kind of been worth the wait. These do look spot on to their animated counterparts. Super 7 do struggle with some of the human likenesses, but when it comes to animated stuff, they really are quite good. So the paint's nice where it is. There isn't really any paint on his shirt apart from the logo, but the flesh tone and everything does come off quite as a nice animated flesh tone. In terms of articulation, they're pretty much all the same as you expect with Super 7 figures. There's single jointed elbows, single jointed knees, and sort of standard ankle pivot. But I can get by. If you want super articulated, then classified is definitely the way to go. But I want sort of an animated section. So these will be going with the Thundercats and the He-Man and the Transformers in a big sort of 80s animated display. So they really are going to fit well in within that sort of 7-inch aesthetic. And you do get an absolute crap ton of accessories. So you get the backpack and the shovel, which I think came from the original figure. A pair of guns. Now, military really isn't my specialty subject. So to me, that's a green gun and a grey gun. So one's bigger than the other, but they look like guns. So they'll do the job for me. You get a helmet. You get a pair of alternate heads. So you've got the sort of screaming face there. And the one I might use on the figure, I think, which is the sort of headset version there. You get a lovely pile of hands, so 8 interchangeable hands in total for guns and sort of all sort of gesturing. We've got salutes, pair of fists on the figure. We've got a walkie-talkie. Oh, and if you can hear that rain, it's absolutely bucketing it down outside. And a pair of binoculars. So that is Duke. Once I've gone through all the figures, I will get them in the display so you can see how they look together. This is the aforementioned empty shelf that has been waiting now for nearly 2 years to actually have some figures on. We've got some Transformers from Super 7 next to them. Then we will have some Power Rangers. That is the scaled diorama buildings I bought to go with the Zords, so it looks like they're attacking the city. And that is the base from the packaging of the Sky Striker, the classified, well, not classified, I should say, the 3 3/4 inch scale hasbro Sky Striker. More room for Power Rangers, the juice bars on the wall, then into where the Thundercats will be. And then we've got a lot of He-Man on top, so this is what I'm sort of going for on this back wall. So that is Duke. I think I will do a comparison though. So let me go and see if I can find a classified version of Duke and see how they look together. So there they are together, and as you can see, it's a very different scale and a very different look from the more modern interpretation of classified to the retro 80s sort of Sunbow cartoon version here of Duke. So I think I am going to need both versions here in the collection. I was thinking, could I just stick with Super 7 and sell classified, or if I didn't like this wave, maybe stick with classified and sell Super 7. But they do look so different next to each other. There's a backpack comparison for the green one you see that comes with classified, and then the beige colour that comes with Duke. Yeah, I think I'm going to go all in. I think I need both versions. Oh well, Wallet's not going to like me. So that's Duke. Let's get him on the shelf, and then we'll move on to the next figure. So I think he's going to go sort of front left. I will get him posed up and get some weapons on later, but I think that's his position. So, on to the next figure. It's everybody's favourite GI Joe character. It's Snake Eyes. So again, he's done in his Sunbow animated colours, not his traditional toy colours, which would be jet black. So you've got him in the blues and the purples there for Snake Eyes. So again, he does look pretty much spot on to the animated series. So these are going to be more sort of like statue pieces for me on the shelf. So if you want the articulated, as I said before, it's definitely classified the way to go. But if you want some of these really good looking sort of animated figures on the shelf, just to pose there, I think Super 7 is the way to go. So he does come with Timber the Wolf as a pack-in, so it wasn't a deluxe price point, which is good, because some of the Super 7 figures that come with more or bigger do have that hefty price tag, but it was a standard price. I've got a dodgy sort of back right leg, slightly loose, but the other legs are okay, so I have managed to get him to stand up there, but it's a little frustrating. Joints on Snake Eyes and everything pretty good out the package. I know some Super 7s can tend to be quite loose, but say apart from leg on the timber, hasn't been too bad. So you've got the backpack here, a very shiny metallic purple. I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but that is really shiny metallic in person. The sort of breathing apparatus on the back. He's been over to Cobra. He's nicked something. He's got it in a pot. Please do let me know in the comments if you know what's in that pot, because I've completely forgotten. There is another grey gun there. Again, the same one that comes with Duke. Again, another accessory repeated from Duke is the walkie-talkie, so the Joes can all talk to each other. Got to keep them communications up. He's got a little sort of pistol thing. And again, 6 more interchangeable hands to go with the 2 on the figure. So you've got a selection of sort of 8 hands overall. So that is Snake Eyes. Let me try if I can zoom in there, get a few more details on his suit. Again, not too much paint on him, but the way they've cast him in the plastic, it does look animated. So it's really doing the job it's supposed to. So I will now do the comparison to the classified. Right, it's comparison time, as they like to say. So we'll start with Timber, and I think I've got to give the win on this one to the classified line. A much more detailed Timber, but again, that's because it's not going for the animated looks. They have taken some of the details away. But you do get a lot more articulation on the classified version, and he is just much easier to stand up than the Super 7. Scaled pretty similar, to be fair, so you could lose this one in the classified display or any other sort of 6-inch display. Slightly bigger for the Super 7, but not too much. And then over to Snake Eyes. So I've got the Commando version of, I get it to focus. Focus, you bugger. Focus. There we go. So we've got the Commando version of Snake Eyes. Again, small Commando-like version, not fully Ninja version. Again, the height difference is there, and again, completely the colours on this one, because that is based on the sort of toy version in the black compared to the purpley colours of the animated series. So that was comparison time. So let's get Snake Eyes into the collection. Again, you can see my real detailed sort of posing here. Yeah, I'm a great articulation guy. That's a lie, but I will do some more fancy posing later. But that is where he's going to live, on the sort of right-hand side of the shelf. On to the Cobra Bat. So here is the Cobra Bat then, the Battle Android Trooper, and I must say I'm getting more impressed with these figures as I get through them. The silver on this is absolutely wonderful. The shine is just really good. So you've got the animated version again of the Cobra Bat. Great details on him. You can see all the sort of cogs and workings in the chest, down to the really good. I say it is very, very good in hand. The silver on this, very shiny, as opposed to some of the other figures again from Super 7 that have come out quite dull. So far with this wave, they've outdone themselves for once, which is nice to see. So when they are so bloody expensive, it is actually nice to get something you're happy with in hand. So let's look at his crotch, a deep crotch shot there of an Android Trooper. Now I have heard that his backpack can be quite difficult to attach and the clips might snap off, so I'm not going to fully attempt that yet in this one. I will try that off camera with a little bit of heat. As I say, if figures get in trouble, get the heat out. So we get lovely interchangeable parts with this one, so many interchangeable parts. You've got the wire sticking out there, the battle damage arm, so that can just sort of be on the floor. You've got the interchangeable pieces, again similar to the classified version with the claw and the hook, the pointy gun to come out there. We've got interchangeable normal hands with fists and with the trigger finger. There you go, trigger finger. And then we've got more battle damage pieces. I really do like this head, so I think I might display this head so you get the battle damaged head sculpt there. If you will focus. You're not going to focus. Oh, you are going to focus. Very good, camera. Listen to me. Unfocus. So you get the lightning coming off, or the electrical parts coming off as his brain has been shot down by a Joe. And you get a neck peg as well. You could put even have his head completely off, and you've got the electrical effects on the neck peg. Get your finger out of the shot. What's your finger doing the shot? See, very amateur still on this channel, even with fancy editing. And then we've got little pistol, big gun, and again more sort of electricity effects. So overall, it's a very intimidating looking figure. You wouldn't want to mess with this fella. Well, you might do, but you can easily blow him up, because look at all this crap. So let's now do the comparison to the classified version. And this is definitely the most similar in design, I would say, between classified and the Super 7 version. because the toy version here from Classified does look very similar. So you've got orange where you've got yellow on the Super 7, and the helmet is red as opposed to silver. But apart from that, they are pretty standard. So if you did want to have a, if I zoom back there, a bigger version of the Bat in your Classified, then you could mix it up, give it a try. I'm terrible at mixing lines, I just can't do it. But if anybody out there wants to mix lines, I think this could work as sort of a super-sized Bat, especially if you have him sort of battle damaged and destroyed. So that is the Cobra Bat. So let's get him in the collection, and then on to Cobra Commander. And there he is right at the back with my Diamond Select gas tanks, but I'll get some better shots at the end of the video. Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the video. Cobra Commander himself in all his animated glory. And even with, well, I completely forgot he came with this, soft goods cape that's bloody magnetic. So it actually attaches with magnets, and that is very fancy for Super 7. And the bloody thing's got bendy wire in it. So I'm getting more impressed by the minute. And this guy literally comes with more accessories than anybody, an absolute bucket load of the things. So let's go through those to start with. So we've got the Cobra binoculars, because of course if you've got binoculars and you're in Cobra, you've got to have that branded. So there's Cobra binoculars. We've got the little serpent staff. If you will focus, there you will focus, you little bastard. I said focus. There you go. That's a lovely focus on that. So again, you've got some fancy looking paint apps on that one. Then we have this little thing, which I believe comes from a video game advertisement, maybe the Atari game for GI Joe back in the 80s. Get my fingers in there. Let's flip up that bastard. There he is. So you've got the little world on it and the Cobra serpent that's wrapped around it, and a little, a hole in the bottom. So maybe there could be some insertion to come later in the video. You've got the alternate head, so it is pretty much the same head. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the hooded version of Cobra Commander, but we do have the two silver versions. So you've got the blue version there, and then you've got the I've got a silver mohawk version up the top there. So you've got two versions. Again, the cape does come off if you don't want him with a cape. And then he's got, again, a load of guns and random communication devices, it seems. So he's got, again, a Cobra sponsored, maybe a bomb control, more than a walkie-talkie there. Then you've got like a joystick sort of thing, so that's got to control something. Again, if you can remember the episodes where these are Pacific from, please do let me know in the comments, because I can't. I've only watched them once, and that was on YouTube. So if you do want to watch these cartoons, they are available on Hasbro's YouTube channel. Again, this is a fancy looking sort of contraption. Can't remember what he does with it, but it's got a dog in it. It looks like it's got timber in it. And he's got a Cobra branded pistol, a slightly longer pistol, and again, an absolute load of hands. So this is what I've really been waiting for, because Classified are yet to do a classic version of Cobra Commander. We are getting one with the Hiss tank as the sort of bonus figure with the Mickey Mouse logo on it, but we haven't had this actual version yet. So I've been waiting, as I say, nearly 2 years if I've harped on this video for this wave, but I kind of think they have been worth the wait. So that is Cobra Commander. Let me just go get the Classified figure and we'll do a quick comparison. Well, I had to do some stretching to get him. He was literally at the very back of the top shelf because I don't really like the modern design of Cobra Commander. So he is hidden at the back, waiting for a more classic version. But again, if I pan back, you can see the scale there. So again, 7-inch scale versus 6-inch scale. Classic cartoon versus modern interpretation. So I'm going to have to give the win at the moment on this one to Super 7. So that is the comparison. I'll place him in the collection, and we will now see what the shelf looks like, because a few hours ago this had nothing on it. Now it's actually going to have bloody figures. It's a miracle. Right, I'm one happy boy. There are figures on my shelf. Finally, they can go with their friends over there in the Transformers universe. So Cobra Commander will be going front and centre, as he deserves to be. Can't wait for Wave 2, and we get sort of Destro and Baroness to join the Cobra ranks there. So there is Timber and Snake Eyes again. I will add all the accessories later. At the moment, I've literally just put all the accessories up on the top shelf as I sort through and decide what I actually do want to display. So there's Duke ready to lead the Joes, and there is a Bat at the back there. So that is a look at the shelf. What I am realising is only 4 bloody figures on that shelf. So when we say 3 waves in, and I think I bought a couple of the Cobra, what is it, the Infantry Troopers, the Cobra Troopers, I bought a couple of those as well. So after 3 waves, this shelf's going to be pretty full. So that is the one drawback to Super 7 doing 7-inch scale, is they take up so much bloody room. So I think eventually if I do stay all in, which it kind of seems I am at the moment, because I am really liking these figures, I'm going to need 2 bloody shells of GI Joe, and that's going to cause absolute more chaos in the toy room. But as we pan across one final time, this is Super7 then. This is wave 1 of the cartoon versions of the GI Joe figures. In my opinion, I kind of like them. So again, if articulation is what you're hung up about, you're not going to like these figures because they have quite basic articulation for modern standards. Again, the price point isn't great, but at least you do get an absolute ton of accessories for the price, and they really do kind of look like what they're supposed to. They do what they say on the tin. They do look like the Sunbow 80s animation. Hopefully there's going to be some variants of Snake Eyes. He had some wonderful outfits within the show. But that is it then, really, ladies and gentlemen. So I have been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK, and this has been a bit of a quick look, an unboxing, a kind of review. Didn't do the articulation, but Super7, I don't really need to bother. So this has been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK. Please do like, comment if you wish, and of course do subscribe. Thank you to everyone that has recently subscribed, as I've just gone over the 700 mark here in 2023. So the road to 1,000 is on, and hopefully I can get there. So I will see you all on the next video.